2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. There's more where that came from, my money is silly. I feel like envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is, if you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep it steady. Yeah, I get the W, throw the confetti. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. Hey, hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready for more. Whole squad in the field, yeah, we tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. If you looking for me, you know where to find me. I leave you dusted, I leave you behind me. I flip the switch from 0 to 90. If you do too much, I'ma do the almighty. You know I got it, you know I'm a legend. You know I'm the one, I do not come in second. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We about that action, don't ever forget it. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war.
We're just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Oh, nice move. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Throwing is Eason.
Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 49. Past the 20. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Jacobs.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Throwing, Jones. He'll buy some time right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Mac Jones
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Browns on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Jones. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He's going to take another shot here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Christian Barmore. Never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. Throwing on 2nd and long. Eason throwing left side. He's got Gronk complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
He'll look downfield for Waller.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at the 20. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Going up top. They got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jacoby Myers hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here's Eason off the play fake.
Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd down, Foreman. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 1st down run there for Jacobs, but nothing doing as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And the Steelers pressure too much here. He's going down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He's going to field this at the 4. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Here's Eason to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. 5 yards remain on second down. Off play action. Jones. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. To try again after the sack. Jones sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Butker's kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jeffrey Simmons able to record his 5th sack of the season. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now this throw caught left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jacoby Myers with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a third down. Eason sets to throw it. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mostert. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Foreman. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Mason.
That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Got an open man. It's Pringle. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game. And there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Looking to throw. Jones.
Looking there for picks, but intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn touchdown.
Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Steelers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
24, Steelers 17.
Boy, it's only a one-score game. 3rd quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Davion Taylor there to bring him down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Second and 5.
Off the play fake. Jones rolling to his right.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Jones now on 1st down. This is caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. flag comes in. This might be a free play. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Steelers are right back in this football game. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
The pressure there was definitely enough to make him alter his throw, because if he had had time, he had a man wide open and had a chance to get it to him.
And I think if he had just another split second, that's a completion and a touchdown. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Jacoby Myers there to make the grab. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
They go play action with Eason.
He's going to air one out for Anderson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
And the Browns are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage, back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I have to think that the wheels are really spinning in their play caller's mind now. They had a little setback there on 1st down. They'll have 3 more shots if that's what it takes, because they've got to take field goals out of their thought process. They need a touchdown and a conversion to tie this game. What play calls does he have on that sheet?
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Again, it's Mostert. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive, because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, they went with a fullback dive that time.
And, Brandon, when I was a kid, the fullback carried the ball equally as much as the running back, then known as the halfback. Nowadays, the fullback's job is to block. Put him out in front, let him clear a path.
They still have a couple more chances here from the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak, kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd and goal, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
To throw is Jones.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Now Jones.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Eason to throw.
That's complete over the middle to Anderson. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Now Eason.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 26. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Throwing right, and that's complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17.
A good head-down running on the return, gets about 15 yards.
And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Browns, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a match.